Nobody expected this, but the Los Angeles Chargers just got hit with a surprisingly good twist, and trust me, you're going to want to hear this. Before we dive into it, let me set the stage real quick. I've watched the Lions collapse on Thanksgiving more times than I can count, so seeing the Chargers finally catch a break? Yeah, it feels refreshing. Now let's lock in. First big surprise, the Raiders love running zone coverage, one of the highest rates in the league. And the moment you hear zone, you should be smiling, because Keenan Allen cooks zone defenses. This season, he's been slicing them up with a sky-high target rate, near-automatic receptions, and a mountain of yards. What's even better? He's not the only one. 3 more Chargers receivers have been quietly thriving against zone looks too. If you're enjoying this kind of breakdown, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss an upload. It helps way more than you think. So when the Raiders roll into this matchup with their predictable zone-heavy approach, the Chargers receivers might be walking right into their ideal scenario. And that's only the beginning. Stay with me, now here's where things get interesting. The Raiders aren't the only ones dealing with lineup chaos. Their offensive line has been shuffled so many times it feels like musical chairs, but with worse timing. And just like the Chargers, the big question keeps popping up: why isn't the obvious fix being used? Alex Kappa, a rock-solid guard, has been sitting on the bench while Pete Carroll keeps rolling out undrafted players and patchwork replacements. The results? 2 straight weeks of getting bullied by Dallas and Cleveland, completely avoidable if they had simply plugged Kappa in. It's one of those decisions that makes you stop and wonder what's really going on. Carroll was once the mastermind who could rebuild a team overnight. A coach with swagger, command, and that sharp competitive edge. But now? The team looks stuck in the same problems they've had for years, and Carroll's decisions suddenly feel off. This isn't just about one lineup mistake, it hints at a much bigger issue brewing beneath the surface. And trust me, it connects directly to what's coming next, so stay with me. It finally feels like something good is happening for the LA Chargers, because out of nowhere, they just got a legit boost heading into this matchup. And trust me, what I'm about to tell you is going to change the whole vibe around this week's game. But first, welcome in. If you love real NFL talk without the sugarcoating, you're in the right place. And hey, before we dive deeper, make sure you subscribe, drop a like, and hit that bell icon so you never miss a Chargers update. It takes 1 second, and it helps more than you know. Now, let's get into it. The first surprise? The Raiders are almost addicted to running zone coverage. Top 5 in the league. They sit back, keep everything in front of them, and try to force long, boring drives. But here's the twist: the Chargers thrive against zone. Keenan Allen eats zone for breakfast: high target rate, strong yardage, and insane reliability. And he's not the only one. 3 other Chargers receivers hit another gear whenever defenses drop into zone. So yes, this matchup suddenly looks a whole lot more fun than it did a week ago. But the story doesn't end there. There's a bigger layer to this game, one the Raiders probably don't want anyone talking about. Their offensive line is going through the same kind of chaos the Chargers faced earlier this season. Constant shuffling, constant guessing, and constant, "why is this guy on the bench?" moments. Alex Kappa, a proven, steady left guard, has been passed over again and again while undrafted players take reps he should honestly own. And the result? 2 straight beatdowns. Dallas crushed them. Cleveland crushed them. Back-to-back weeks where one simple adjustment could have prevented total disaster. And when a coaching staff refuses to fix the obvious, it reveals something deeper. Because for years, people thought Pete Carroll could walk into Vegas and instantly flip the franchise the way Jim Harbaugh instantly flipped the Chargers culture. But this season has exposed something real: maybe that magic isn't there anymore. Maybe the edge is gone. And maybe, just maybe, the Raiders aren't climbing out of this hole anytime soon. For Chargers fans, that's a gift. And honestly, it just makes this week's matchup even sweeter. By the way, I hope your Thanksgiving was solid. Mine was basically desserts, football, and pretending the Lions weren't melting down again. Classic holiday vibes. And if things feel a little chaotic today, trust me, it's not your screen, it's me. I'm running on sugar and football frustration, so just roll with it. But here we are, Chargers versus Raiders. One team trending up. One team slipping fast. And the deeper you look into the details, the more you realize something big might be brewing for LA. Stick around, because what comes next might surprise you. Stay with me, it's wild how much the game day atmosphere has changed. Black Friday used to look like a full-on stampede at 5 a.m., and now it's quiet. But this matchup? No quiet here. This is one of those games where everything screams must win. The record, the schedule, the pressure, it's all pointing to one truth: the Chargers cannot afford to slip, not now. And don't let the opponent's record fool you. Bad teams with nothing to lose are always dangerous. They swing big, they take risks, and they love playing spoiler. Add in a brand new offensive coordinator on their side, and you can bet they'll throw every strange, unpredictable trick in the book. This is the type of game where one wild play can flip everything. We've already seen teams do it. Remember when the Giants nearly shocked the Lions with that barrage of trick plays involving Jameis Winston? Same vibe here. You cannot expect a simple, clean blowout. It's going to be gritty. It's going to be chaotic. And the Chargers have to be ready for all of it. Now, take a look at the division. While the Ravens and Bengals are out there beating each other up, the Cowboys just did everyone a favor and handed the Chiefs a loss. You almost don't know who to root against more, the Chiefs or the Cowboys, but that result helps the Chargers no matter how you slice it. And with the Broncos getting ready to take their own swing at Kansas City, the Chiefs suddenly don't have as much breathing room as they're used to. And here sit the Chargers, battling through one of the roughest offensive line situations in the league. Yet somehow, they're still standing. Still in the fight. Still one spark away from shifting the momentum of their season. Is there a combination that finally clicks? Is there a tweak, a shift, a schematic wrinkle that unlocks just enough protection to change everything? It's not impossible. Sometimes one adjustment is all it takes. So here we are, Thanksgiving vibes in the background, Home Alone 2 playing in the living room, and a division race that suddenly feels more open than it has in weeks. Everything is lining up for drama, the good kind. Stick with me, because the best part is still ahead. If you're a true NFL fan and want to stay updated with daily news, trade rumors, and all the latest buzz around the league, then make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. We bring you breaking news, expert analysis, and in-depth coverage so you never miss a single update about your favorite teams and players.